This is a spiritual paradox story between sage Angiras and his disciple Aruni, revealing the non-dual Advait Vedant lens on moral dualities, with a twist ending that shatters the illusion of good and evil. A rainy evening in sage Angiras' forest hermitage. The sky growls with distant thunder. Rain drips rhythmically from the edge of the thatched roof. Aruni, lost in moral contemplation, sits before a low-burning fire with his guru. Aruni was troubled. He asked, "Gurudev, today I saw a man steal food from the ashram storehouse. I felt anger rise in me, then guilt for being angry. I'm confused. What is truly dharma and what is adharma? How do I know?" Sage Angiras, looking at the fire, said, "Tell me, Aruni, if the same fire cooks food and burns down a hut, is fire dharmic or adharmic?" Aruni startled, then replied, "It depends on how it's used." Sage Angiras, smiling, asked, "So the same fire is both holy and harmful, depending on perspective. Now tell me, is the action dharmic or is it the intent behind it?" Aruni, thinking aloud, replied, "So, dharma is not in the act itself, but in the consciousness behind it?" Sage Angiras asked again, "And who defines that consciousness? You? Society? The scriptures?" Aruni replied, "The scriptures guide us. Gurudev, they say Satyam Vada, speak the truth, and Dharmachara, follow righteousness." Sage Angiras, serious now, said, "Yes, Aruni, but do the scriptures ever tell you who you truly are? Until you know what you are, how can you truly follow dharma?" Aruni, shaken, asked, "Then, is dharma just a conditioned concept?" Sage Angiras replied, "Dharma and adharma are dualities created for those who believe they are separate. But the self, the Atman, is beyond both." Aruni softly asked, "Then Gurudev, what should I do when faced with a choice between right and wrong?" Sage Angiras replied, "Do not ask what is right. Ask who is choosing. If the ego chooses, even dharma can become a mask for pride. If the self shines, even silence becomes the highest action." Aruni, stunned, asked, "So dharma is not about rules, but about awakening?" Sage Angiras, smiling, said, "Exactly. The one who knows his true self no longer asks, 'What is right?' He becomes the stillness from which all righteousness flows." The next day, Aruni catches the same man trying to steal again. But this time, instead of reacting from rules, he sits silently before him and shares a handful of rice. The man bursts into tears and falls at his feet. In that moment, Aruni understood. Compassion is not learned from law. It rises from the self. Moral of the story: dharma and adharma exist only as long as you believe you are the doer. Once the illusion of ego drops, only pure awareness remains, actionless, yet all-pervading. In the state of the self, nothing is good, nothing is bad, everything just is. I hope you learn. Om Namah Shivaya.